Hello, Tristan. Ou bonjour. You're muted. When you enter, you're muted, Tristan. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No. Sorry, I can hear you. No. Technical problems. Yeah.
Okay, everything is good.
Yeah. Very good.
My mic was closed, so why I was not able to respond.
I believe. It's first time I use Zoom since a long time, so I discovered it a few minutes ago. Hello, Louis. Bonjour.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, not used to Zoom.
Neither am I. But Meetup automatically proposes Zoom for the meetings, so
Yeah.
I went along.
Curious to see what the if I can remove this full screen for some reason.
Okay.
There we go. Much better.
In theory, we would be 17 in all.
Okay,
So I think we can wait another 5, 7, 8 minutes.
no problem. Not everyone rushed. The workday is finished, so
Yeah, exactly. Mm. So I take advantage that we are all alone.
sure.
Louis, are you a web developer or?
No, actually, I work for I'm a technical director for infrastructure specifically.
Yeah.
So I work in with mostly bare metal servers for the games industry for the most part.
Okay.
So I work for a small company that does well, small. It's part of the Ubisoft
Yeah.
group, but it's a small company that provides web infrastructure for
Okay.
not just web, but server infrastructure
That's
for the hosting companies for companies around the world.
okay. It's me. Hello, Stan. Yeah. Hello. Yes, Stan. I think we can wait another 5 minutes. So maybe.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Stan, you're Stan Foley? Stanislas Foley?
Yes, yes, it's me.
Okay. Because I first looked for Stanislas Foley on LinkedIn. I haven't found you. Then by curiosity, but I think we spoke in the past, maybe 1 year and so.
Maybe I'm working in the recruitment field, so maybe I send you a position.
Yeah, because I remembered your name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But very, very happy like to be there and to learn more about n8n.
Yeah. We will share our passion. Okay. Okay, I start at 38 in 4 minutes to give everybody a chance. In theories, there are 20 attendees. So, yeah. And you, Tristan, what do you do in life? I take advantage that we are in a small group. If you want to respond, if not, no problem.
Excuse me, you're talking with me?
Tristan. No.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I tried.
And you, Alexandre, what you doing? Are you like a kind of expert in
No.
automatization or?
I'm an expert of nothing. There are no such things as experts. I am a web developer.
Okay, great.
I'm passionate by now I'm giving you a part of the presentation. I'm passionate about the new technologies such as n8n, AI. Yeah,
Okay, great.
I do it as a hobby on side projects. Okay, 2 minutes and we go. Sorry for making you wait. Okay, I already share my screen. Okay, now you can see my screen, I suppose. Perfect. Okay. Another 2 minutes.
No, we only see, yeah, your presentation.
Okay. All great things start small. Okay, so I will begin, if you're all okay. Okay. Hello, thank you for joining the group. Thank you for being here. Sorry. I created this group because I am passionate about the new technologies such as n8n automations, artificial intelligence in a more wide sense. And I was simply searching for an n8n group on Meetup for sharing my passion, my knowledge with other people that share the same passion knowledge. There wasn't any such group, so I created one. And today I will talk a little about the knowledge I have about n8n. I will present myself to give you a better understanding of why I do this. And then I will talk a little about n8n globally, and I will also present some workflows that I use myself that I find practical. So I am Alexandru Dragomir. The Dragomir comes from the fact that I'm born in Romania. I also spent 11 years of my life in France, where I studied neuropsychology. I went up to a PhD. I have my master's degree in neuropsychology. I wanted to be a researcher, but my PhD project was not funded. So I was working the nights in a hotel. And then I decided that maybe it is time to do something else to work in an area that allows me to not work the nights in a hotel. That's how I started coding on Udemy with n8n. I got the Java 8 certifications from Oracle, the official one. Then I did another, this time in an institution formation. I got a real diploma. And since 2020, I'm working as a web developer. I work for several companies. I also worked as a freelance in corporate for about 6 months. Now I work in a big company, and in my spare time, I like using new technologies such as n8n, which is actually not so new, artificial intelligence that it's also not so new, because although I am a web developer, I think that the web developers that won't use the new technologies, even as simple tools as I do, will be obsoleted in a matter of years. So I am really passionate by my work. I am really passionate about AI and other new tools, and I would like to still be in the picture a couple of years from now. And I would like to do that while doing what I like, using new technologies, not being an old school coder. Unfortunately, there are mostly the older developers, the senior, that are AI resistant, that refuse using it, like criticizing it. But the truth is that Google now generates officially 25% of their code with AI. So it's time to wake up. Okay. Have you already heard about Zapier, Make, Stan? I know you know Make. Tristan, Louis, I take advantage that we are in a small group. Do you know Zapier or Make?
I know Make a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Tristan,
Tristan or Stan? Sorry.
you mute. Okay.
Yeah, I use like Zapier and Make
Okay.
for my job, like
That's nice.
almost every day. That's help a lot.
We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zapier was around since 2012. Make was around since 2016. It had a different name. It's in 2022 that it relaunched under the name of Make. And n8n, it's around since 2019. It was an open source project that had its first production release in 2023. The first version that it was considered stable, so that it would be sold to the public. And what makes n8n special? It's that it can be self-hosted. I played a little with Zapier, a little with Mate, and then I went directly to n8n simply because it can be self-hosted, and this allows me to use a server. I have one in my shoes locker at the entry. I bought a mini PC. I installed on it Rocky Linux, and for $150, I have a lot more power than I can have renting a server. And plus that, there is also the privacy of the data, because everything is on my private server. I don't expose the database that stores this. And most important, with the $20 Make version, if I'm not wrong, you can have up to 3 workflows and maximum 2,000 execution a month. With the open source self-hosted version, you have unlimited workflows, unlimited executions. So this allows me to play a lot, because there are no risks. If I get something wrong, I can try over and over again. What I use n8n for me, some practical tasks for my personal life are automatic email handling, because actually I don't use this. It's my blonde, as we say in Montreal, my spouse, that said to me that it would be nice to have something to handle emails automatically. I thought she wanted something that answers automatically to an email, but actually she wanted a workflow that takes the content of an email creates a Google Doc with the date of the email reception. And then later, she can handle this with AI. She can ask an AI. I will show you that quickly. To handle this, are there any important mails? No. If there's nothing to do, yeah. In my vision, I would use automatic email handling for automatically answering to emails. When I answer a Gmail, for example, I leave an AI read it. Another node in n8n, we can have different nodes that compose a workflow. Another node will decide if it's worth answering. If yes, it will build an answer. Then, thanks to the Gmail API, I can directly send the answer. And I personally use AI and n8n in a transparent matter. If I use AI, I say I'm using AI. I don't want to take people for full, telling them that this comes from me. No, I use AI. If it's okay, it's okay. If not, okay. I don't have the time for everything. Another interesting scenario that I use myself is posting on social networks. I use it for LinkedIn, but it can be used for other social networks such as Facebook or X. It is no longer Twitter. I already wanted to publish more often on LinkedIn. I made a list of topics I would like to talk about, but finally I abandoned it because I didn't have the time to watch the news every morning, every evening, to write a post, then ask an AI to update it manually. So what I have now is a workflow that each day at 8 a.m. Montreal time looks up for news in the AI field from specific sources. Then a first node, an AI agent, takes the most recent article and converts it into a post. Another AI prepares the prompt for creating an image. Then the DALI 3 from OpenAI creates an image. And finally, directly with the LinkedIn API, I can publish all. I will show you that also. And another practical task for me is simplifying note-taking. Maybe you already saw that on YouTube, the Telegram audio record. Anyone? Yeah. No, it's one of the most famous. I saw several people publishing tutorial of this. I did it in another way. Mine is more complicated, but I use only the simple one. What I do, I send an audio message to an Telegram bot. It's actually like a channel that you can create for free. Then the audio message triggers an n8n workflow. Whisper from OpenAI converts the audio to text. Then I simply put the raw text in a Google Doc with the date of the day that I create if the doc doesn't exist already. And there is a second workflow at midnight that resumes and structures my ideas of the day from the document with the raw ideas. And like this, if I have a day where I'm inspired, instead of looking for a pen or typing on my phone, I can simply give the raw notes to my workflow. And I know that in the morning I will have the notes. And if I would need the notes structured once before, I can manually trigger the workflow and have them. So with no further ado, I will present to you n8n. Sorry. Stan, you said you already use n8n. Do you also use n8n? Tristan, Louis?
I've started playing with it in my home lab about 2 months ago.
Okay.
That-
I'm trying to
Yet.
remove,
Not yet. I'm studying.
okay, I'm trying to remove this. Sure. Okay. Oh, open here. Okay, this one is in my runs on my personal server. Just for info, Louis, since you do infrastructure, I used Cloudflare to expose my my IP address to link it to a domain name because Bell isn't fun. Normally I can expose my IP address with them, but it stopped working.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do that.
I know. But I found a workaround. Okay. First of all, this is the n8n interface. You said you already played with it, so I won't spend many time here. What is different in the paid version? You have the option to create folders to better structure your different workflows. I have the open source one. I think you already know that the different windows, credentials, where you store your credentials, executions, where you have the history of the different executions with errors. This means that it's real. Okay, and today, do you already know that you can export workflows, you can clone them? Yes, no? No, okay. What's nice is that even with the free version, you have the possibility to clone, duplicate a workflow. I will name it clone. It's close. Okay. The tags, I think it's new. I haven't saw it until now. When I cloned it, it simply opens the clone workflow here. And even more interesting, even with the free version, you can export in a JSON format with the download. I prepared a folder for that. Meetup demo. You see, it's a simple JSON file that can then be used to import sorry, I centered it. I can simply delete everything with backspace. I will save. Oh no, I lost all. But because I have the JSON saved, I can simply import it from the file. For the URL, you need to have the paid version. I'll go down here, demo. And as you see, I already played here. And now I simply have the whole workflow back here. Very interesting. I saw that you can create workflows directly with AI, such as GPT or Claude. It simply gives you the content, the JSON content. I'll show you how that looks like. You need to copy it in a file, save it in a file name .json with the extension, and you're good to go. I haven't tried it, but I heard it's pretty good. Sorry. Meetup demo, this is it. Okay. So actually, these are the workflows. We have a nice visual representations, but it's actually just JSON text. That's not very interesting. Okay. I think, as you already know, a workflow is composed by different nodes. You can add them using the plus. For example, an advanced AI. You can add them directly here. Let's say an advanced AI, why not? An AI agent. Here you need to prompt the AI, but we see that in another. Sorry, prompted. If you want to delete, it's pretty simple. Normally there should be a trash can here. If you want to unlink two items, again, pretty simple. If you want to link two items, pretty simple, drag and drop. If you want to copy, you can simply select Command C, I'm on a Mac, Command V, and they are. To move around, you simply select one or several, you can move around. To delete, you have the backspace. So it's pretty friendly user. Okay. And don't hesitate to stop me if you want to add something or if you have any questions. It's okay. Okay. So for the LinkedIn post workflow, what I did, I started with a schedule trigger node that will run every day, one day at 8 p.m. sharp. It can be modified to run a custom cron. That's more complicated, once a week, each 1 second, or as you want. Very important, each time you modify something, to avoid losing it, remember to save, because I lost something sometimes. Okay, so each day at 8 a.m., there's a trigger that it's triggered. Then I created a code node. I search for code. Why code? Because code is still very powerful, and it allows me to, I broke something. How I did this? Oh my God. Activate. Sorry. It allows me to do more complicated stuff, such as formatting date. I can get the today date. I can then format it with different JavaScript options. There will be also Python. Actually, it is, but it's in beta. For the data field, that can be very useful. And if you're not coding, don't worry. For this, I use the OpenAI. ChatGPT is a lot faster. You only need to know what you want. In this case, I wanted the date formatted in this format, and that's it. To give you an example, I can simply test the step, and it will give me the output, the formatted date, today date, this one, yesterday date, this one. It will make sense in a minute why I use the today and the yesterday. Because when I look for articles, I look from articles that start from yesterday up to today. And I also set other parameters, such as the where to search, the query, the keywords, artificial intelligence, machine learning, large language models, GPT. I can also exclude domains. This means to exclude different websites. I can also include specific sources like this. Yeah, I forgot to say, this is a simple set query field. It normally will be like set. Edit field set. You see, it's the same symbol. And this one is very useful because sometimes when you want to get data from this node here, not all the time, it's not available. If it's not directly next to the one you want, you need to use a set field, edit field set, and this will make the data available all over the workflow. That's why I used it, because it would have made sense to have it elsewhere, but this one. Okay, then I use another code node where I simply use the query fields from there to build the full URL that will allow me to get the latest articles in the fields of interest that I have. Then I have an API, it's for free. It's called the News API Work. You can create an account for free. It gives you an API key that allows you to have access to news. I thought about scraping websites, but I think this one, it's more elegant. Maybe I have access to less content, but it's a lot simpler, and it's free, completely free. And simply put, when I call this URL, it will search for the websites that I mentioned as sources. It will search the keywords I gave it, and it can find more or less articles. I didn't give it a lot of options, so it found 2, I think, 0, 1. No, it found 3 articles. Oh my God, I'm running out of time on Zoom. What's that? Okay. Okay, I hope Zoom won't stop me.
I don't think so. I think you're fine.
Okay, so up to here, I got the trigger, the today date, the query params, what I'm using to search and where, the API that is free to use. And here it gets interesting because I have an AI agent, have used AI agents with n8n. Okay. What's tricky about it is that when you add it, I'll add an empty one, advanced AI agent. You have the AI agent. Okay. And I leave this at this. Okay, it's not connected. First of all, you need to connect it. Where is it? Which one is it? It's this one. Okay. Just for example, I will connect it to this one. Once I connected it, I can do stuff in here. Connected, defender. Sorry. Yes, I said it's sticky because it is the AI agent that allows you to define the prompt that will be used by an LLM. I will define it below. I will give him the instruction. Summarize this. And maybe you already saw, but there are very interesting options to drag and drop data. And this will allow not having to write any code. I will take, okay, I resume this. I will take this URL. I simply drag and drop it. And as you can see, it automatically gets the dynamic value, what's there. If this will change, this will also change automatically. So there's nothing new. I try to test. I have an error. That's normal because I haven't yet connected a chat model. So you see, it's a bit mistaking. I will save all the time. Without a chat model, although you already gave it the instructions, it will do nothing. You'll have only an error. So I'll connect a chat model. And here you have all the options for Anthropic, OpenAI, whatever you want. I personally use Anthropic. I use the Claude Sonnet 3.5.7, sorry. And now that I added Anthropic, I will save. I think I haven't added no, it's connected. Have you already used credentials? Okay, so you already know this one. And now normally if I will test it again, it should be okay. We have green, yeah. It says he cannot. Okay, you saw my API key. Shouldn't have shown that, but it works. I will give it summarize this. Something else.
Don't forget to change your API key after this.
Yeah, it's okay. It's open source, so I look for another articles. The Verge. Doesn't let me copy. Okay, for example, if I give him this, now I have a real summary, a short summary. Okay, as you can see, summarize this. This is what I asked. And the summary is something about Mark Zuckerberg. But normally, as you will see, it's better to give it more clear prompts. I will show you, for example, now we can get rid of this. Just remember that an AI agent without an LLM, it's worth nothing. It will do nothing. I will press this one. Okay, I will save. And here you will see that I have a more complicated prompt. I tell him he's my personal assistant in crafting engaging LinkedIn posts based on the latest news. I provide to him the news, the first article at Index Zero from this node, from Node API. To test it, I need to execute previous nodes to have the data visible. Okay, now I should have some content here. As you can see, now it has access to the article content from the Node News API. It's truncated. There are 12,000 characters missing, but the article is a lot bigger. I also give him the title and the URL because I don't want to steal the prey of those who wrote the articles. I always quote the sources. And finally, I give him some more instructions. It's very important to give him good instructions. To build this, I simply used Anthropic Claude 3.7. I told him what I wanted. I want to build a prompt that will allow me to build LinkedIn posts, and he gave me this. All I filled in is this part. And okay, no need to save. Once the post was created, as I told you, sometimes you need to set the content to make it available for the other nodes. That's why here I will simply have the content of the LinkedIn post that was created by the first OpenAI. There is no output. That's normal because I haven't tested it. Now I have the post. That's interesting. This will be a nice post. Now I have the content post. Then I have a second AI agent also connected to Anthropic that has a different prompt that I'd like to open. Why can't I open it? Okay. I tell him that he's an expert in converting textual information into powerful, visually meaningful prompts. In short, he has to create a prompt that will create an image that will be representative for the LinkedIn post for the text. Then finally, I have a DALI image that will get the prompt for creating the image from the last node. I'm waiting for the new GPT engine creations, image creations, that it's fantastic. I love it. For the moment, I'm limited to DALI 3, that it's also very good. When I test, I simply create an image. That will be here any moment now. I don't know what I will get because it got a new article. Okay. You can set the quality. Okay, I have an image. It created this because there was DNA in the keyword. And last but not least, this is I'll show you a LinkedIn node, simply here, that allows me creating a post. It's actually the LinkedIn API that I had to connect. Yes, I don't know if you saw, but there are interesting docs for all the nodes. They offer very interesting docs. This one is not the best example because it's a bit incomplete. But usually everything they give in the documentation is enough for making things work. Okay, I close this. I close the doc. Okay. And now to show you that this works, I'll go on my LinkedIn page. On my main profile. As you can see now, the last one is the hero behind NVIDIA's AI empire. And if I will test the workflow, I will trigger the scheduler. You see it's already here. First steps were very fast. He's thinking, he's creating the post. He's thinking, he's creating the prompt for the image. Then the image will be created. And finally, if everything works okay, sorry, I lost you. Okay. I was on another one. Okay. Back here. Okay, hello Violetta. Hello Winston. I don't know what happened. We were on another Zoom where there were only Winston. I hope the others will come back. Okay, let's start sharing. Okay. Sorry Valérie,
On voit uniquement. We see only your.
sorry.
Yes, we see your screen. That's all right.
Okay. Have you been here all the time, Winston, Violetta?
No,
No.
no. I was cut. I came back because I know it's
Okay.
as usual with Zoom.
Okay.
When you don't pay, you have this. It's normal.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. That didn't work. Okay, Tristan, you're the only one that knows the whole pictures. So what I did a presentation of a workflow that allows creating LinkedIn posts by searching via an API the latest articles in my area of interest that I define myself with keywords in AI LLMs. Then there is a first AI agent node connected to Anthropic that will create a LinkedIn post. Then another one will create the prompt for creating an image. DALL-E creates the image. And finally, the LinkedIn API will create the post that should be here. It was something talking about DNA. It is this one. The future of our genetic data. I'm just going to go with the 30andMe. Okay, this is a company. Okay. So mainly was that. Sorry for those that weren't here. I will show another flow a bit more in detail. We also lost Stan, unfortunately. And don't like this. Okay. Okay. I present you another workflow that I use for taking notes from Telegram. Violetta, Winston, Alex, Valerie, do you have some knowledge about n8n?
Hi everyone. Hi Alex.
Hi.
So I was like maybe 2 minutes late, but I followed the first demonstration. Yeah, and I do have knowledge on CI/CD automation and enterprise architecture. So I was seeing your workflow and how you've automated it. So
Okay.
I just wanted to follow until the end, and then we got kicked out of the Zoom. But thankfully, we're back.
Okay. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, we lost time. Okay, so I will now present to you a workflow that allows me to take Telegram notes. It will be big. Prepare yourself. I actually played a little. I'll zoom in. I created a workflow where, depending on the message type, text, voice, or image, I use a different workflow. I saw that it's possible to use sub workflows, but I personally prefer not using sub workflows because with the these no code options, it's pretty easy to mess things up. So I prefer keeping everything big and ugly, but explicit. So this allows me to detect if something was broken. So for this workflow, when an audio message from Telegram is received, I check if it's text, voice, or image. The one that I use is the voice. If it's a voice, I use a Telegram node, the previous ones. that, yeah, I need to deactivate it. Any minute now. I use a specific Telegram node that allows me to take the messages, the binary content, the audio. I don't know if there are any messages. Okay, it's not very fast. Any minute now. Okay, I think the problem is that there aren't any recent messages. So what I'll do, it's waiting for a trigger event. Okay, I'll open my Telegram. I'll open the bot that I created to connect it here. I'll show you. For the bot, I have an IP key that I will delete afterwards. The IP key, I added it to my Telegram connections. Stop this one. The IP key I added to my Telegram account connections. I think you all know about API keys. Then, when I test the workflow, I can go to I'll try my phone, you know it better. So this is a message to test the Telegram workflow that will convert audio to text. I will send it. Okay. As you can see, this triggered the event. It goes all the way up to creating a file, a Google Doc, and adding notes to it. I will show you again in detail. First of all, I will clean up. No need to clean up actually. Okay, I will show you the workflow in detail. What happens when a message is received from Telegram? Let's say it's an audio. The Telegram node will, this Telegram node will be used to get the binary content of the audio. Then the OpenAI Whisper transcriber record will get the data from the previous node, will convert it to text. Normally I can test it. It was already there, but this is a message to test the Telegram workflow that will convert audio to text. Then I create a title for the document that I will later save on Google Docs. For this, I think I use the not brute, as I speak French, and the formatted date of today that actually comes from this node where I use code. Yes, very important before Violetta, if you hasn't left. We can use also code with JavaScript for nodes. There's a node called code. And here is from where I got the data in the format I wanted. The one that I use for creating a specific title, unique with the date of the day. I then have a Google Drive node that will check if a specific file, in this case, the file with the name you saw with the not brute date of the day exists. When I test it, it will find that it already exists because I ran the workflow just a couple of moments ago. It's in here. Then, if there is an if, simply if the file was found If the file was found, it's the upper part. I will simply get the file with the nodes, thanks to the ID retrieved by this one. Execute previous nodes. You always need to execute previous nodes to have access to the previous data for testing. And when I will execute, thanks to the ID that comes from here, the document was found with its ID. And finally, I can add data by inserting it by default at the end of the file, because I have the ID of the file that I added here. This is the name of the node, C node blue de jour of the if that I use. And to show you, I can simply drag and drop it from here. So that's simpler. That's where it came from. And here, when I test it, what we'll do, it will simply insert text at the end, at end of specific positions. And the text is the one coming from the node OpenAI. That it's a bit further from here. And if I execute it, it will simply add the text once again at the end of the file. We did it. If I go here, not brute. What date is today? It's the 14th of April. Okay. Oh, it's not 23. I did not open the right one. 14 is today. Okay, I see the same text message is there twice. I will now re-execute the whole workflow if Zoom lets me. To make it even a bit more fun, I will simply activate the workflow, reactivate it. This means that it will automatically listen to all the messages I send to it. I will send him another message. Okay, so I'm sending another message to test the Telegram workflow, where the audio I'm sending it will be converted to some text. And I'll do a magician trick. I will make appear the name of Valerie, of Tristan, of Alex, and of Violetta inside the file to show them that this is done in real time and that I couldn't have done this prior to the meeting. Okay. Now, normally we won't see when it's executing, but if I go to the executions folder, you see that it's running because it got the message. Okay, it succeeded. It was very fast. And now if I go back to the file, you can see I'm sending the message. Okay, so I'm sending another message, all the things that I said. And now the interesting part, it's not only having raw notes that you send to them when you have an idea, but resuming them, structuring them. And for that, I have another workflow that I will present to you if Zoom lets me. The other workflow, it's named Resume Daily Telegram Notes. It's loading. I'll zoom in a little. This one is scheduled to trigger each day at midnight, actually at 11 p.m., 11:55 even, because like this, at the end of the day, if I check if there is a file with the raw notes for the day, I'll execute previous notes. And if there is a file with the raw notes of the day, as is the case here, I will search for the file containing the raw notes and execute previous nodes. Then I will test the step. Okay, so this gives me the content of the file Google Doc with the raw notes. I then pass it along to an AI, Anthropic in this case, that will structure and resume the content based on the prompt I gave him. You are a specialist in creating summaries, well-structured summaries, resume as summarize as concise as possible while conserving the essential details, so on. I then give him the content that comes from the Google Doc. And once everything was summarized, I check if there is already a file with the resumed note with the summary. If there is one, if it's true, I simply get the doc with the summaries and I insert at the end of it. For example, if I executed manually before 11:55, doing this will allow me to add duplicated content, but will allow me to have all the content. And if there is no file with the resumed content at almost midnight, it will be created and the resume will be added to it. And I'll show you inside Telegram note. I have the note resume. There is nothing yet for the 14th of April. And if I go back here, if I test the workflow, it will automatically execute all. It should go in this branch because it won't find the file. It will create it. And inside it, it will add the resume notes. I go back. There should be a new file for the 14th of April. And inside, it translated to French because the instructions were in French. Message for testing the Telegram processes that converts audio to text. Repeated twice. You see, it cleaned up my mess. Sending a second audio message and so on. Here are your names: Valerie, Tristan, Alex, Violeta, with double T. It's okay. And normally this would be executed at midnight every day, but I can do it manually if I had a great idea. I speak with my Telegram for, let's say, 10 minutes. Then I want it to be structured. I simply can manually trigger the workflow. And in this case, you saw that it went on the other branch because the file already existed. And the resume was added again. There was no loss of data. Everything is there. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Do you have any observations, questions, something to add?
Yeah, thank you for that demonstration, Alex. And to me, this was me coming to a meetup for the first time, to meet up with some people because I'm new to Ottawa and Ontario altogether. And I'm glad that I see automation. I just need to know, how does this compare with using the other workflow management engines like Zapier?
I use Zapier not a lot. Maybe
Okay.
Tristan maybe used it more. I personally use Zapier less user-friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan, you use Zapier, I think. Maybe you can answer a lot better than me.
Do you use n8n for work?
No, for fun.
Okay.
We can say also for work because this allows me to structure my ideas. Because I would like to be freelance. What's the name in here? Incorporate. So to find the mindset for becoming incorporate, I have to better structure my ideas. Also for creating my network, I use, I don't know if you saw the first workflow that allows me to publish on
LinkedIn.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I prefer publishing not outrageous posts because I saw that LinkedIn got more and more like Facebook. You have to say something that makes people mad, so they comment. I prefer just sharing my center of interest, and if anyone is interested, he will read. If not, okay. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's done. Anyone else wants to add something to? No? Okay, well, thank you very much for being here. Sorry for the Zoom technical problem. I'll
Normal.
make anything to avoid that. And I already have an idea for the next meeting. Yes?
I think
Video
Tristan
will be
is trying
available?
to say something.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes, you hear me?
Yeah.
I was asking if video download will be available somewhere.
I will try to make it available if Zoom allows me on the group directly.
Mm-hmm.
If not, if there's something that's maybe you liked and you want it, don't hesitate to contact me directly. Even add me on LinkedIn or on Meetup.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll add you. So
Thank you very much. For the next meeting, do you know Open Web UI? No? Okay. This is an open source project that was created by fans of OpenAI that allows having locally, also on a self-hosted server, different LLMs, such as Anthropic Claude, LLMs that are on their own API, but also LLMs that run locally. I think I don't have one. For example, I have Phi. It's an LLM that can be run locally via Olama. And the nice thing of this is that you can have all the different LLMs at your fingertips. I started using it more and more because subscribing to Anthropic, to Gemini, to OpenAI would be too expensive. I only have ChatGPT. And for Anthropic and Gemini, I use the APIs. I also use the one for the news. What's the name? Perplexity. Yeah. For web search. I mean, but this, I will try to schedule a meeting for this next time. I hope there will be more of us next time. I'll try to publish the video if Zoom gives it to me. And thank you very much for being here. And I hope I see you once again. Thank you.
thank you to Alexandru and Tristan. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.